Papa brothers became characters in our exhibition, and they were a fascinating pair of brothers from Christchurch who ran machine guns at Gallipoli. They captured a trench at Hill 60 and took a Turkish machine gun. And through this investigative process, it came up that Gordon's machine gun that he had at Gallipoli and the Turkish one they had captured, which they kept in their barn in Canterbury for the last 100 years. And so those are in the exhibition.
At one level, a military artefact, especially a gun, can be seen as an incredible technical advancement, but at another level, of course, it is a weapon of war. It's played a significant part in actually ending the lives of huge numbers of people, and that is a chilling thought.
The Mahino Hospital ship is in the exhibition, and we tell that story through the lens of a wonderful Auckland nurse called Lottie Legale.
I have a personal fascination with cutaway dioramas in miniature. So really, soon as we started talking about the exhibition, I knew that I wanted to do a section of the Mahino. Much conversation needed to be had about building the Mahino as a complete model ship, but inside me, of course, I had this desire to get through all these conversations so I could discuss the idea of building a section of the Mahino that we slice right down the middle so we can look into all the rooms. And thankfully, that's indeed exactly what we've been able to do. In the film industry, a great deal of the old school skills that we use in the workshop, especially miniature building, has been offset by the incredible skills and abilities of the digital artists working on these films. So a museum exhibition gives us the opportunity to utilise the combination really of modern technology and the more traditional hand skill model making.
Te Papa and Weta are not the only companies that are working on this exhibition. There's a number of companies that work specifically within developing interactives and audio-visual experiences.
Other companies around Wellington have taken up the challenge of building for the exhibition. I'm just amazed at how they have dived into the undertaking that's been tasked them. When we were shown the space that we were going to have to fit the exhibition in, you're standing in this massive building. I mean, Te Papa is an incredibly large building, and you're told that this is the spot you're to fit in this corner of the museum. You start to cook up ideas. How can you create a labyrinth? How can you take them on a fairly complex journey through this very small piece of real estate? That brings its creative challenges, but you put your head together with people like Ben Berard, and you hopefully, through the convolutions and twists and turns, that people immerse themselves and are utterly involved in the stories that are being told and the emotional engagement that we're trying to achieve.
There is that enormously claustrophobic feel to the exhibition, and then you realize that you're not in a trench, you're in a landscape.
As is possibly the case in almost any military campaign, the landscape plays a fundamental part in how that campaign played out. That could possibly be no truer than in Gallipoli. We have told the landscape story in many ways, through projection technology, through illustration, but most fundamentally through traditional miniatures.
This is a highly visual experience. It's got to be.
Fantastic.
You've got the artifact, you've got film, you've got picture, but that's simply an introduction to a story. And you've got an ability then to explore all these different layers, but each one in its way a crown jewel.